Icons of Porsche. What is it? Is it Porsche's version of a birthday celebration for itself? Is it an attempt to have the world's biggest Porsche parking lot? As a Porsche owner myself, the Icons of Porsche is a celebration of their greatest achievements, their innovations, and ability to turn pieces of metal into something culturally significant. At Icons of Porsche, they have opened the floodgates to let people witness their legacy at the slab in D3 in Dubai. What do they showcase over here? They showcase everything that Porsche has to offer. Off-roading, lifestyle, electric, track performance, Formula E, their entire legacy of Porsche history. From classic cars to art, to culture, to everything else that you can imagine is all in one place at the Icons of Porsche. The Icons of Porsche is all about connecting with the enthusiasts. It's all about connecting with the Porsche community, not only just in the UAE, but across the world, because people from all across the world come here to visit the Icons of Porsche. It's become a flagship event. Like I said, it's not just about the enthusiasts, but also it's about the owners. So what you see here are the enthusiasts and the owners, but the owners get a special treat that happens right before the Icons of Porsche. As a visitor, the Icons of Porsche journey starts on Saturday, which is day one. But as a Porsche owner, your journey starts 3 days before at the Dubai Autodrome, where Porsche invites you to an exclusive track event where you can come and drive your car on the racetrack and shave milliseconds off that track time. At the track, you can see what Porsche's DNA is all about. You can see base cars to GT4s to full-blown GT3 RSs. Let's go check out our favorite right now. There's so many cars and specs to choose from, but here are some of my favorite ones. We have this beautiful 911 Speedster. I'm a sucker for a Speedster. But cooler than that is a 356 over there. And that's a real one, not a replica. This is the 911 Crema Turbo Kit. It looks absolutely mad. What a car. And then we have this Dakar replica on a 997. It looks pretty cool. Standing inconspicuously on the side, we have the brand new 911. This is the 992.2 Cabriolet. And what does it have? It's got the new paint scheme. It's got the new headlights. It's got the new front end with the new aero kit. New rims, as you can see, new designed rims, as you can see. Obviously, it's a Cabriolet, so it's a soft top. It has got the new digital infotainment system inside over there. No key, so you just have to push the button, which sucks as per me. And then we have the brand new rear with a new rear tail light and the new Porsche logo in 3 dimension standing out. Now in the Cabriolet, 50-50. I'm not sure of it. I need to see it in daytime. The light over here is not that great. But I would like to see this on the hard top to genuinely give you a proper opinion. A track experience is always an exhilarating yet tiring experience. So, what's next? Day 2 is all about hanging out with the community, chilling, meeting friends, looking at cool cars, and making sure you enjoy some good food at the DRVN Cafe by Porsche in Blue Waters. Day 3 is all about living the Porsche life. It's about joining the 200 plus Porsche convoy all the way up to the highest point in the UAE, Jebel Jais. What a beautiful drive. And that's how it pays to be part of the Porsche family. But what about the enthusiasts? Let's ask an enthusiast how do they feel about Icons of Porsche. And we have one here, Cyrus.
What's up?
This is Cyrus Davar, a renowned automotive journalist from India.
Humbled.
The head of editor-in-chief of Power Drift, India's largest automotive YouTube channel and English channel, yes. And we have him on board. Cyrus, what do you think? As an enthusiast, what do you think of this whole thing?
very few events sort of you lose track of what you want to say.
Yeah.
Especially for us, where we do this as a living.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I think Icons of Porsche last year and this year just been absolutely crazy. The number of sheer cars that you see here, modern, old, classic, hypercars, supercars, everything, like all the way from 356s to 911s, 918s, everything under the sun, everything Porsche under the sun. It's like it's represented. I think no other brand does brand representation as well as Porsche does.
Well, that's why they call it Icons of Porsche, right? They have everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at it. Look behind you. GT3. 996 GT3. Widowmaker, the actual Widowmaker, right? Oh no, GT2 RS was the
G2
RS was the Widowmaker. But yeah, 996
I
GT3.
mean, it's literally everything. I mean,
Everything.
911s have been completely and utterly been represented here. The modern stuff we get to drive.
Yeah, we're gonna drive.
We get to see,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And we have friends who own them. The classic stuff is what's crazy.
Yeah. But there's a lot more to be seen for everyone. So let's go take a look at that right now.
Where?
What do you think of the performance paddock?
So this stands out because the India GT4 RS media
The
car
one that you drove.
is exactly
yeah.
the same color. Again, I love speed yellow as a color, so this touring stands out. I like Gulf blue as a color, so this GT3 stands out. It's basically every single car. Oh, listen,
No, Manthey.
Manthey.
The
Let's
Manthey, yes.
just talk about that.
This is absolutely mad. I mean, we did that. The shark fin takes the cake for me.
So two things stand out about this car for me. One is the fact that they've completely removed the rear windscreen.
Yeah.
And it's just a piece of carbon
100%.
fiber. And the other are these little wind vanes on the roof.
Yeah.
So while the normal car has 2, which you can see there, they're now 8.
8.
So that's lateral grip. I mean, sort of
Yeah,
sideways.
Correct. And no, hot, and also the hot air, cool air management
Yeah, it's
stuff.
crazy. I mean, now this is literally bordering on obscene race car levels on the road. Imagine what the GT2 RS will be if this is what the
So this is 500 horsepower
Yeah.
odd.
that's
518.
only 1,000.
Close to 1,000.
Yeah.
Close to 1,000 horsepower. Just imagine the aero on that thing.
How much further can Porsche push it?
With a flat 6. Well, this is naturally aspirated, but that will be turbocharged, obviously. But
Hybrid,
imagine.
turbo, everything. all
No,
that.
but it'll
No,
be
actually, it won't be hybrid.
It will be hybrid. No,
Will it be
GT2 RS, 100% hybrid. I have a strong feeling it will be hybrid, but this is crazy. But performance paddock has everything that you can imagine. GT3, GT3 RS, GT4, GT4 RS, spiders. Time to see other stuff. Let's go. From the performance paddock, we move on to the epitome of straight line speed and handling, the turbo. Porsche is celebrating 50 years of the turbo badge. Now,
Tell me something, 1 second, sorry. Just had a weird thought. Is the turbo the most aspirational Porsche sub-brand?
no. I mean, the GT3 is the most demanded or wanted.
For mass market?
For mass market, so GT3 is
The enthusiast side of things?
yeah.
Turbo is the legendary side of things, maybe?
So GT3 is most people can't get it. Like you go to a Porsche showroom and say I want a 911 GT3 or a GT3 RS. If you don't have 20 cars on them, they're going to
Probably gonna kick you out.
yeah. But
Turbo
you can. This is officially the fastest Porsche you can buy.
Yeah.
Anything with a turbo badge without any purchase history or any drama or anything else, you can just go buy a turbo. Simple as that. That makes it all the more different.
Yeah, and I mean, look, if you realize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they've had 7 generations in the last 50 years. That's it.
107, that's it.
That's it.
So every 10 years the model changes.
Yeah.
Average. Now, Porsche has one of the weirdest nomenclatures in naming, right?
Yeah.
But what does the turbo badge mean in today's day and age? So turbo badge means the engine's turbocharged, all-wheel drive, wider body kit,
Wider, always.
center lock wheels, side ducts in the new cars for
Yeah.
better breathing, better aero,
Right.
rear seats still there.
Always moving sort of electronic aero.
Yeah, electronic aero. What about the older cars? What did those come with?
Giant things I can't say on YouTube. We are in this country.
So
Widowmakers, essentially, that's what.
yeah, but the older cars, they had a different character, a bit more raw. Today's cars are a bit more electronically managed. Enough talk, we are getting noted out, but let's go take just a nice look at all the cars. Let's go. Sneak information. I don't know if you're coming or no, but we are driving on Wednesday these 3 cars.
Really?
On the Cornea Impression, we are driving Porsche Museum cars.
So 930, 964, 993.
Yes. So we're driving these 3 cars.
I'm flying out on Wednesday, so I definitely am not
Watch out for this. Watch out for this. Exclusive to TCI.
Oof.
walk it like I talk it.
Welcome to Icons of Porsche 2024. There are some brilliant looking cars out here, a lot of rich heritage out here. This is my first time at such an event, and we're going to be covering a lot that's happening around here. But I am going to go off-road with the off-road cars here. Yeah, Porsches, they also look beautiful off-road, and they're good at it. Let's check out some cars. This is the 911 Dakar. This is how it comes out of the factory with off-road tires, race suspension, and it's tested out. They've done a vigorous amount of testing on this car. And yeah, this one has a roof rack or a tent as well. But this is not the car that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about cars which are owned by people personally, like the Cayennes here. And they've been modified with a lot of things. Let's try and understand what these guys have done to their cars to make them capable. There's some nice modifications going on here. Let's check them out. One of the most essential things in an off-road vehicle, or when you want to modify it for off-roading, is raising the suspension height. On this one, you have the Pro Fender suspension, which is one of the kits that you get for the Porsche Cayenne. The other important part is the rims or the tires that you choose, is because apart from the off-road spec tires, you also need rims. These are called as bead-lock rims. And the reason why you have that is so that when you reduce the air pressure in your tires, normally you're running on 35, 32s, that's on tarmac or paved roads. But when you go off-road, you probably have to reduce them to around 5 or 10 psi as well, depending on the terrain. Rock crawling, it goes down even lower. That's why you need beaded tires or rims that essentially hold the tire into place. Now, this one doesn't have it. There's one more car there which has it. We'll take you guys there quite shortly. The reason why a lot of people take out the front bumpers is not because it's a fashion statement, it's because it's practical. Your approach and your departure angle. So approach angle is when you're heading at a 90 degree towards an obstacle, depending on how high it is or what angle it is that you have to traverse. This helps. Also, if it's a terrain which is still higher than your car, the car will slide off it. So you can push yourself off that surface and you can climb up. You'll see lights on the top. Off-road, there are no street lights. These lights will help you traverse or look at the terrain around you much more easier. You can also move them around. Also, when you're camping, they're very useful, very practical. There's a roof rack up there. You can put in a tent. You can put in a lot of stuff out there on the top. Since it's an SUV, a lot of stuff can go at the back as well. So it's sort of very practical and very classy since you're doing it in Porsche. Nice. Let's check out some of the other mods that are there. A B-lock rim, essentially you have a rim, which is a normal rim that you'll find on a standard car. But these are bead-lock rings. They sit and hold the rubber on the rim. So in case it deflates completely as well, the tire is not going to pop off. It's going to be holding it out there. In case you don't have these, with the deflated tire, it's just going to pop off, and getting you out of the mud is going to be much more challenging. This sort of avoids all of that. It's a neat trick. Now, I've noticed a lot of these guys have these steel bumpers. However, they are powder coated and rubberized. This way, aesthetically also it looks nice. Scuffs and scratches that you would get from off-roading or from when you're hitting the sand or pushing objects across, they don't appear. So that's a very neat touch. What I ideally wanted to show you guys was the winch. The presence of an electric winch is essential because you're going off-roading, you will be able to tug yourself out or pull somebody else out. That's a nice touch. Let's talk about the departure angle. I want to show you guys. As you noticed, the bumper has been cut off. I was talking about the departure angle. When your car is climbed up, now the car is on an angle, the bumper is going to rub off against the ground. Not just the bumper, but also your exhaust system. So a lot of guys, what they do is they move the exhaust system to the side. That way, you have much more ground clearance at the back as well now. So your departure angle is significantly improved. Hence, if you see this, this is not just there for fashion. This is practical. So what you see here is that rich culture and heritage, which is on the road and off the road. This is Aurelius from TCS signing off. Enjoy the show.
You've seen the off-road section with Aurelius. But what do you think of Sonderwunsch? How do you define Sonderwunsch?
So Sonderwunsch, if you be say it in
No, I'm not going to say
German, is when you have tons of money and Porsche thinks you're very, very important and opens up basically their atelier or their special works division to do whatever you want. And I would go completely crazy. I would build like $1 million 911 Turbo S or something like that.
So,
if they really let me go crazy.
That's the whole point of it, right? Sonderwunsch means you throw money at Porsche and they will do anything and everything for you. And you can really go crazy with your cars. You saw Sonderwunsch, you saw off-roading, you saw everything else. But what is new? What is new that's happening at the Icons of Porsche? Well, the new stuff, this side. No, first you go here. We have to go here. So 992.2 GT3 and then the Macan BEV electric vehicle,
Which we're going to drive soon.
which we'll drive on Monday, Tuesday, whenever. And then I think the perfect modern sports car to buy, the 992.2 Carrera T. Now, I want to talk about this car. First of all, like you were saying, you know I have a soft spot for it. What makes it special?
Well, lightweight, lowest weight of any 911 and manual. It's more honest as
It's
a
more
car.
pure. It's more authentic to the drive experience.
Yeah.
So lighter, lightweight glass, no or lesser sound insulation. It's got the manual gearbox. It's the lightest modern 911 Porsche you can buy. Comes with the basic bells and whistles.
It's also the cheapest car you can buy. The
It is
cheapest
the
entry
cheapest
level.
911 you can buy. It is the cheapest 911 you can buy, yeah.
I think Porsche as a company has always been about looking to the future.
Yeah.
Now, I know they do their manual gearboxes well, and I know Porsche is also a company that listens to what people want and gives it, unlike some other German manufacturers or Italian manufacturers. But
Yeah.
in this case, for me, it's just not me. For me, a turbo is, or a Targa, for honest, is what for me 911s are. If you're not talking about the GT sort of range.
No, for me, this does the cake. This is like the car to buy.
You should.
And I'm loving the rims.
I mean, look, this is
I would
like
buy
a
this
really
spec.
high
I would buy the exact spec.
This is a high spec car, isn't it?
The 992.2 GT3 with the Weissach pack.
First time ever.
First time ever.
Weissach pack. I really like that little maiden flak
Logo at the back.
on the boot
back,
lid,
yeah.
on the deck lid. But yeah, I mean, they made the GT3 slightly nicer, slightly better.
So,
And that's what Porsche does, slight improvements.
small improvements. And the Weissach pack, lightweight, rear roll cage, and the usual aero stuff. Looks
And I like the
phenomenally
little
cool in this
carbon.
color.
I like the little carbon blade there. I know it was doable in the last one as well.
And it's on the move now. It's going on stage for the Middle East unveil right now with the Carrera T. Tiring day, tiring 2 days, tiring 5 days because we went on the drive to Jebel Jais. We did the events, the community events, all of it, track day. And the second day on Sunday, this is the final day for us at the Icons of Porsche. But this does not stop because our journey is still on for the next few days because we drive the Macan EV tomorrow
And the Taycan EV.
and the Taycan EV tomorrow.
Turbos, both turbos.
Both turbos, both coming into India and the Middle East.
Yep.
And they're pretty much going to be phenomenal vehicles from what I hear because I personally love the Taycan. And I've always said that if you want electric 911, the Taycan is the way to go.
Yeah.
And forget the turbo and everything else. The base rear-wheel drive Taycan is just phenomenal. And I'm looking forward to driving the Macan. But Icons of Porsche is truly about this. Food, culture, art,
Balloons.
community, balloons, sports cars, performance, and just the people it brings together. Look at this. Over 40,000 people, if I'm not wrong, in 2 days. That's just brilliant. No other car or no other automotive brand
I think no other brand can do this.
pull this
It's
kind of show.
Porsche's sense of community probably is the highest in the world.
And you can go from a car which is $20,000 to a $200,000 car and you will be welcome
Million, yeah.
across. Sai,
So thank you so much for
thank you,
showing me
bro.
around.
My pleasure.
I love his cars, love them. But
Those are hidden.
those are hidden. But I mean, I'm definitely going to do this every single year. It's an unmissable event now in our calendar for sure.
And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys at the Icons of Porsche next year in 2025 because it's a global calendar date now. It's become an icon by
100%.
itself. So you have to be there with Cyrus, with me, and any other friends that you can bring along. Bring them to Dubai. Habibi, come to Dubai.